gentlemen, you've been lied to. You've been lied to by everyone around you. All of them told you a relationship gets worse over time. What if I tell you that is only because nobody around you has actually learned how to keep up that excitement, that enchantment that a relationship has in those first 3 to 12 months, that honeymoon phase. Nobody has actually learned how to keep that up after that phase. And what if I also tell you that my relationship at this current stage is the most exciting and the most enchanting that it has ever been. And we've been dating for over 5.5 years. Brother, get that into your head. I'll give you some action steps and some mindsets that will massively help you to actually also build this kind of relationship. And the thing is, this is such an omnipresent issue that every single one of my clients who I started working with has faced this issue. And I say that because I'll also give you a piece of advice that so far I haven't shared publicly. I normally only share this with my clients, but I think it is very important to share this in this video to actually help you. So that's gonna come at the end. Because let's be honest, boys, we don't want to come home after a day of working on our goals and kind of trying to fulfill our mission, right? And come home and just watch YouTube and cuddle and eat together. That's not what we want. Yes, that's also okay, but not if that's all the time. We want more excitement. We want to go on hikes with her. We want to go on adventures with her. We want to make adventurous, spontaneous love. We want to have more of this excitement where she enchants us with her words, with her moves, with how her body moves, where she seduces us a bit, right? We want that. The thing is, most men never get it. And they think it's because, I haven't attracted the right woman, or, this is just because it happens. No, you just haven't learned how to actually build a relationship that can give this to you. Now, if you could relate to anything that I just said and you want that as well, what you actually really want deep down is you want to bathe in her feminine energy. So let's make sure you can actually do that, because the thing is this, most men don't allow their women to be in their feminine, and they don't really make space for the feminine at the end of the day. So imagine this, you come home after a kind of difficult day at work, you're a bit tired, you're a bit, and you come home and she's upset about something. You have to be able to handle her ocean. I'll tell you what that means in a second. Because most men then go and, I'm tired, I can't be bothered with this right now, blah, 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 blah. Let's just do this, and then they wonder why they don't have passionate sex afterwards. When what she actually wants in that moment, or what you should do in that moment, if you want that more exciting, more enchanting relationship, is being willing and able to handle her ocean. The feminine is like an ocean. You, as the more masculine, are more like the rock in the ocean, unmoved by all the waves and all the currents, right? She is the ocean, she is the currents. Meaning, she's incredibly beautiful and radiant and vast, but she's also very powerful and chaotic and uncontrollable. And you have to be able to handle these sides and willing to handle these sides of her to get these sides of her. So how do you react when she's upset? Do you react upset as well? Do you react avoidantly of that? Or do you react with presence, with consciousness, with love? And help her open up again? Because she doesn't want to be upset. Nobody wants to be upset. Not even you, right? You don't want to be upset. Not even a masculine person wants to be upset. No, you don't want to be that. Right? And so there's two sides to this. First of all, it's kind of the mindset, right? And the skills and all that you have to build to actually be able to handle those sides of her. But also, and this is something that nobody talks about when it comes to relationships, you have to have the energy levels to even be able to handle that. If you are tired all day long, you don't want to handle that, let's be honest. So get your energy levels up. Exercise more, eat better, sleep better, meditate, whatever you need to do to get your energy levels up. Do some biohacking. Like, brother, I am deep in this stuff. I need energy, not just for my relationship, but also for my business, for my daily life, right? The thing is this, if you don't have enough energy to handle her emotions, handle her ocean, you're not going to get these sides of her. Because why would she open to you if she doesn't trust you? And the thing is this, the moment she does trust you a bit more, that's the moment when this downward spiral that you're in right now turns into this upward spiral, when she trusts your core a bit more, because then she starts enchanting you. She starts kind of seducing you in a way, pulling you out of your head, and that makes it way easier for you to also either completely finish your work and only then go home, so you can fully focus on her instead of still obsessing about your mission. This is something that I, as an entrepreneur, very much struggle with, right? Because I could obsess about my business 24/7 every single day, but I don't do, because I've built that skill of being present, and I've also built the skill of detaching from my work when it's not necessary to think about that work, to take a break from it, because that's when the good ideas actually come, right? And so once you're able to do that a bit and build that trust with her, that you're gonna be present with her and not think about your work constantly, she's gonna be able to enchant you, to seduce you a bit, to pull you out of your head and into your body, which then again helps you be more present for her, and that again helps her enchant you more. So this is an upward spiral then. But you need to start this, because otherwise you won't get it. Don't wait, start this. Now, if you are in that situation right now and you don't know how to get to this point, right? You know what to do now, but you don't know how to do it. What you can always do is you can book a free call with me so we can figure out whether you're a good fit for my program and I can help you. There's a link in the description. Book that call right now if you want to. Because the thing is this, why do these sagas exist, or these myths exist in Greek mythology, for example, of those sirens, right? Those singing creatures, singing female creatures that got the sailors off track. Well, because that is what your woman can do for you. She can get you off track in a good way or in a bad way, right? Those sirens got them off track in a bad way. But for example, if you look at another Greek mythology figure, Odysseus, well, he had to be at sea, or be in this like adventure for 10 years to get back to his kingdom Ithaca from the Trojan Wars, right? And at the end of the day, it took him 10 years. What motivated him to keep pushing and to never give up? Which is the same thing that you need to do if you want to build a business or become an athlete or whatever you want to do, whatever pursuit, whatever mission you're on. If you stop, you're not gonna win, right? You have to have that no quit mentality. And at the end of the day, what helped him? What helped Odysseus get back to Ithaca? Was it his kingdom? Was it his son? No. It was Penelope, his wife. She gave him the strength to get back to that. And this is just a myth, but in every single myth there is some truth in that. And I know for myself that my girl helps me massively with everything that I do in life, every mission that I have. She's the motivating factor. She's the thing that enchants me, that inspires me. And I mean, you can look at artists who then say, women are the best muse, right? They inspire an artist's creative mind, which is also true. That's also one part of the feminine energy, right? And you can look at entrepreneurs like Alex Hormozy, who had a woman by his side from the start, where he lost everything. And he told his woman, Layla, hey, I understand if you don't want to stay with me. I'm a fuck up right now. And she said, I would sleep with you under a bridge if it came to it. That's an awesome fucking woman. Same thing for someone like Luke Belmar, who some people might know, right? He's been on one date his whole life when he had nothing. And he got with that woman, and he's still with that woman, and now he has everything. Imagine that. Isn't that powerful? Both of these men wouldn't have gotten where they are right now without these women. Because you need to be a team in order to reach some goal. You can go fast alone, but you can go far together. Now, another thing that I would like to mention here is a mistake that many men make nowadays because of the red pill, because of the manosphere. It's this thing of like ignoring their woman, making her miss them, right? This is a powerful thing. Yes, making her miss you is a powerful thing. But if you're 11 years old and you start playing games, if you act like an 11-year-old and you start playing games, that's not going to help. I recently talked to a guy, he said, yeah, she did something that was a bit disrespectful, or like, no, I don't even know what he said, yeah, I remember now. He said something like, I could feel like a little bit less attraction from her in that moment and all that stuff, and so I didn't text her back for a certain period of time. She told him afterwards that she lost respect for him and that she lost trust in him. Of course she did. Because he saw her message, and she knew that he had seen her message because he checks his phone 30 times a day probably. Now, the other side of this is just actually having a mission, actually being busy. I check my phone 3 to 5 times a day. Everyone who knows me knows this. I don't check my phone often. My phone, not only do I not check it, it's on airplane mode 98% of the day. But when I check my phone, and this is not to like actually keep people at distance, it's just I want to focus on my work. I want to, when I'm reading, not get distracted. When I'm working out, whatever. I don't want to get distracted by some random people calling me. Or not random people, obviously. Like, my girlfriend or my family aren't random people. But I don't want to get distracted, right? And usually there's no emergency. People say, oh, emergency, emergency. If someone in my family had an emergency, they wouldn't call me. They would call the police. Or the ambulance. So, I don't see this point of like, But anyway, the thing is this. I check my phone 3 to 5 times a day. But when I do check my phone and I see a message from my girl, I reply immediately. Whether she sent that message 6 hours ago or 2 minutes ago doesn't matter. Because she knows that I am busy. I don't need to take 5 hours. Oh, I won't reply to her because then she thinks I'm more important. No, I'm not fucking 11 anymore, bro. So actually get busy. Yes, make her miss you. That's a powerful tool. But don't do it out of fear of losing her. Do it because you're actually busy and because you just can't spend all day with her. Right? Now here's the pro tip that I so far have only given my clients. You want a spontaneous and adventurous love life with your woman, right? And not just that, you want a spontaneous and adventurous day-to-day life with her, in everything that you do with her. Well, let me ask you this. If you want that kind of lovemaking with her, that kind of excitement with her, what do you do for that? What do you do to get that? Is your day-to-day life with her boring and monotonous? Or is it exciting and adventurous and spontaneous? Do you go on little adventures with her? Or do you just sit around and watch Netflix? Because most men think, oh, I can just sit around and watch Netflix and do this and cuddle a bit with her, and then she's gonna want to make wild love with me. How would that happen? She doesn't even know that side of you, bro. How would that happen? Right? If you don't have this spark between each other, I'll give you a story. Quick 30-second story that will really bring this point home. Last year in summer, end of summer, was a warm but rainy day. Really rainy but quite warm, like 25 degrees Celsius. And I picked up my girl at the train station with my car. And before driving there, I thought, you know what? Why don't I quickly just throw my like swimming trunks or whatever you call the shorts you put on when swimming. I'm German, I don't know all the English words, but I think it's like swimming trunks or something. Threw those and a towel into my car. I was like, why not go swimming in the rain, right? So I pick her up at the train station, I say nothing. And at one point in the road, like I don't take the right turn, but I take the left turn. And she's like, where the fuck are we going? Like, I thought we were going to your house. I'm like, we're going swimming in the lake right now. She's like, in the rain? I'm like, in the rain. And you know what? We went to this little spot. It's right behind me on one of these lakes here. We went to this little spot. There's a dock there and you can jump off the dock. And we did a few flips and we jumped off the dock. And then she says, we should try you lifting me over your head and me doing like a, I don't know what you will call that, but like a, kind of like an airplane pose, right? I think that's what it's called in yoga or something. I don't know. My girl does yoga. I don't. I have no idea. But just me lifting her above my head, right? And her doing that pose. And we do that, and because of the water, she slips. Or like, she slips from my hand, right? And so she falls over my shoulder, I kind of grab her, and like, she falls into the water, I lift her up again, and I kiss her passionately. Do you think that wouldn't give us more passion, more excitement for each other? Of course it did. And this was like, kind of a bigger thing, right? A medium to bigger sized adventure, in that sense. But we also go into nature sometimes, right? Sleep in nature. Spend a night in nature, something like that. Go on a hike, whatever it is. Or on that same day, actually, after we go back to the car from that spot at the lake. There's a puddle there, and my girl is barefoot, and I see her looking at that puddle, and I'm like, "You want to jump in that puddle, right?" And she's like, "No, I'm good." I'm saying, "Jump in that fucking puddle right now. I know you want to do it." And she pulls up her pants and jumps into the puddle 2 or 3 times, just like a goofy little girl. Man, that was such a fulfilling moment. That's like almost a year ago, and I still think about that moment because it was so cute and so enlivening for me to see that. And Now people might say, oh, but that's not masculine and all that. Like, what are you even doing? You're being kind of like a child. Yeah, because I'm comfortable in my masculinity nowadays. And also, this is very masculine. You're not only leading her to a more fun life, you're leading her to a more adventurous, more enlivening life. And you're leading her more into her feminine. You're giving her space for her feminine. Like literally this small scene with the puddle, right? I gave her space for her feminine in that moment. Not consciously. I just thought she wanted to jump in that puddle. So I kind of, because I knew she would not do that if I don't tell her to do it, I kind of gave her permission to do it, right? And if that's not masculine, I don't know what is. Now, brother, if you are in this situation right now, where you are bored of your relationship and where you are afraid that your relationship might end or will end if you don't do something about this, because neither you nor her want a boring relationship. You want that excitement, that passion, right? But you don't know how to get there, and you want direct, specific help with proven tactics to get there as quickly as possible. To get to this enlivening, enchanting, exciting, passionate relationship. And what you can do is you can book a free call with me so we can figure out whether you're a good fit for my program. All of my clients so far have reached the relationship that they actually want. So I hope there's still a spot left for you in these calls, because there's quite a lot of people booking calls like this with me right now. I hope there's still a spot left for you. I'm excited to talk to you. If you decide to book one of these calls, you can go to the description of this video right now and book one of these calls. It's completely free, so you have nothing to lose. And I'll see you in there. Let's see if you're a good fit for the program. I'm excited to talk to you. Have a good day, man. See you. Bye.